Good morning again. We are back. We got a lot of Panther news in the first couple of days. The moment that many of us have been waiting for, our device again. It is the same device for our 7th and 8th graders for the most part that you are going to get back today. I do want to remind, we had our 7th and 8th grade class expectations assembly. I do want to reiterate the importance of digital citizenship, especially as you get this device with a data plan. And you're going to get a new cover and a case today. And we do have our touchscreen. It's a really nice device. It has a lot of power and accessibility, and you'll be able to log into it not only with wireless, but through the data plan. So please be responsible. With great power comes responsibility, as Spider-Man says. So make sure you're being a good digital citizen once you get your device. Adhere to all of our expectations, both in and out of school. With that said, I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Kreines around our procedures. And I'm going to say this now, and I'll say this before you wrap up. If a student does not get a Chromebook today in homeroom, let's just say in Dr. Fox's homeroom, there are 22 students, and only 17 of them get the Chromebooks. The other 5 students, please make sure Dr. Fox writes down, or any homeroom teacher would write down the names of our 5 students who didn't get their Chromebook. And before they leave today, the homeroom teacher will turn that list in to the main office. That way we can make sure those 5 are all ready to go. And it's either their device that's been returned from fixing, or we get an old device. Tomorrow, all of the students that didn't get one today will get one in the morning. At some point in the morning, they will get one tomorrow. So we're going to give out what we have. Anything extra, anybody who didn't get one, homeroom teachers, please record those names of your homeroom students. And before you leave today, just turn it into the main office. So in the morning, those students can get their Chromebooks. Okay. And I'll say that again before we leave. Please do not just send a student down and say, oh, go see Miss Amaral. I'm going to turn this over to our digital learning coach and our Verizon coordinator, Dr. Kreines.
Thank you, Dr. Reynolds. Hello, West Rocks. Just to add on to something that Dr. Reynolds said, while these devices are each assigned to each of you, they don't technically belong to you, which means you do need to be good digital citizens, as he mentioned, and take good care of them so that you and your family may not be held liable if there is significant damage done to the devices. And one of the things that'll help are these new Chromebook cases that we got. If you were here last year and you're in 7th or 8th grade now, you might remember that these are the devices, by the way, and we had sleeves that we just slipped the device into. The problem with those was that you had to take the device out of the sleeve completely, and sometimes the sleeves got lost, they weren't used a lot, and when the Chromebook was out by itself, it was more susceptible to getting damaged, I think. Now, these new cases are what they call clamshell cases, and they will allow you to fit your Chromebook into it. It will stay on the Chromebook at all times. You can open and close the Chromebook, use it, use the touchscreen as much as you want with the case still on it. So I just wanted to demonstrate really quickly how to put the case on. It's not very complicated, but it does require a little bit of force. You may feel like you're using too much force at some point, but that's okay because they really need to snap in pretty tightly and pretty snugly. Sarah, if you're back there, Miss Golding, sorry, if you could show that. Yeah, there we go. Each of these clamshell cases has 11 tabs, 6 on the top and 5 on the bottom that you're going to snap around the Chromebook. You're going to want to start with the Chromebook screen open like this. I'm going to back up a little bit so I can try and show the whole thing in the screen. You can still hear me okay, right? Dr. Reynolds, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. All right, excellent. Start with the Chromebook open. Drop the bottom of the Chromebook into the bottom of the clamshell case, and then snap in. It'll fit into their little corner pieces. It'll fit into the corner pieces, and then you want to make sure you snap in the 5 tabs that are located on the bottom of the clamshell case. It does take a decent amount of force, and you will hear a snap. It's okay. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to fit really tight around the Chromebook. So right now, the bottom of my Chromebook is in the case, but not the top. Once the bottom is in, then go ahead and do the same thing and fit in the 6 tabs at the top. I don't know if you can hear that snap, but it is pretty loud. It takes some force. Just make sure that you're snapping in all the tabs until they're all attached. It fits nice and tight around the Chromebook. And again, you're able to open and close it with the new clamshell case on. We are not going to use the sleeves anymore. It's not that we didn't like them. We just like these better because we think they're going to allow you to take better care of your device and have less damage. And also just know that these with the clamshell cases on will not fit in the old sleeves. If you still have one and you have some other use for it, that's fine. We don't need them back. You can actually just get rid of it, and we're going to use the new cases.
Perfect. Thank you. So we had about 10 minutes for everybody. I know in walking around, I know some people were kind of multitasking and doing some of this ahead of time as we were being patient and waiting for us to jump on. So thank you for those. Otherwise, we should have enough time just to kind of reinforce and repeat before we sign off today. One, teachers, if you could obviously call the student down. Each student, open the lid. You see their name. That's already on there. That student gets the Chromebook back with their name on it. They also get a charger. If they don't get either a Chromebook or a charger because you've run out, those are the names to turn in by the end of the day to the main office, so everyone can have a charger and a Chromebook first thing in the morning tomorrow. Once all of that is distributed, everybody gets a case and follows the directions from Dr. Kreines to put those clamshell cases on. And so everybody should be leaving today with homeroom. If you have a Chromebook with a charger in your bag, charger stays in your bag because that's going to go home with the anticipation of you continuing to charge it each and every night and just bringing that Chromebook to back to school, prepared to learn each and every day.
So if you've got older computers, they're not fitting in the new cases.
So I'm getting some feedback from Ms. Amaril's in my office as well. We got some messages from homeroom teachers already. And our old Chromebooks do not fit in the clamshell case. So homeroom, thank you for that. If you have an old Chromebook and you're waiting on the VILS computer, just homeroom teachers, if you can just put those clamshell cases to the side for now until our students get the VILS device. And then we can distribute and put the Chromebooks on. So old Chromebooks don't fit in the new clamshells. Appreciate that feedback. Hang on to those before we go.
Any extra computers in a homeroom can come down with the list at the end of the day.
Any extra Chromebooks in homerooms, I use Dr. Fox, so let's just stay with that example. If there are, let's say Dr. Fox had 22 students and she has 25 Chromebooks in her box, that box that showed up, those 3 with the list at the end of the day, before the end of the day, can come to the main office. Okay, so just drop those off in the main office, the extra ones, just so we can help and redistribute. What number is, so I have and then this goes to Dr. Kreines, another question on the chat. What number, is there a number that's written on the sheet, Dr. Kreines, that teachers should be aware of?
I'm not sure, maybe if Miss Golding or Miss Sabo can clarify that for me a little bit. Sorry, I don't know what number.
Just name, right?
Yeah, so all Chromebooks have already been assigned. Teachers are just verifying.
All Chromebooks have already been assigned. So you're just verifying that, it's really based on name, right, on the sticker?
Yeah, each Chromebook is labeled with a sticker when you open it with the student who it's supposed to be assigned back to, or if they're 6th graders, that's the one that they're getting now as they come into the school.
No. So no numbers. They've already been scanned in and assigned. Okay, so you're not writing, don't worry, all of those things are in, you're just verifying, and you're really using that sticker with the student's name already on it, correct?
Correct.
Okay. If there's any specific questions that you have as a homeroom teacher, you can call the main office. But generally, again, name, give out, everybody leaves with a Chromebook and a charger. Any extras come down to the main office. Names of anybody who didn't get a charger or a Chromebook or both come down to the main office before the end of the day, so we can make sure they get them tomorrow. If a student gets an old Chromebook back, make sure those hardcover shells just stay in your homeroom for the time being until they get the new Chromebook. If there's anything else, you can call the main office. We'll be walking around just to support on each of the levels. And we are here for another 6 minutes till 11:40. Please do not pass until 11:40. Thank you. Good luck and enjoy your device.